Boys, I'm upset. First of all, we're back. I apologize for the extreme unprofessionalism and frankly unexcusable nature of the stream that was up a minute ago. Deeply apologize for that. And so what I'm doing now is I'm just going to try to continue where we picked up, or pick up where we left off. Whatever verbiage you want to say, I apologize. So essentially, before we were going through, it was a bit of a happenstance stream. It was, hey, what's going on, guys? Mr. J, what's going on, dude? Good to see you. Trey Plays, what's going on, my brother? How you doing? Mr. Pigster, thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you to all the true MVPs who were just hanging out in the previous stream when it was down. I lost connection somehow. I don't know what happened. I don't think it was anything to do with my Wi-Fi. I think it was my computer. Something happened. Can y'all hear that, by the way? Let me know. Give me a I don't know. What's your favorite number? Give me an 8. Give me an 8 in the chat if you can hear the music. If it's not too loud, then let me know. Or if it's too loud, then let me know. Either way. Something happened to where my computer did not recognize Wi-Fi anymore. There was nothing wrong with the connection. My computer quit recognizing Wi-Fi. I don't know how else to explain it. So this was ridiculous. I sincerely apologize. This was a happenstance stream. So what I do, just for those of you first tuning in, originally I started by looking at one of my older videos on autoscrolling and claustrophobia and 3D and potentially being able to incorporate the cloud from Fortnite into a 3D Mario game and make it more like an autoscroller in 3D, but actually have walls that you can jump off of. That was a mouthful. Hardly hear it, that's fine. We don't want it to be super duper we don't want it to be super duper loud. I like it just sort of in the background. Trey, you got the notification on this one but not the previous one. That's strange. No big deal. Sound is ahead of the video. My voice is ahead of my... If my voice is ahead, let me know. I'm not sure. That hasn't been happening. I'm not sure what's going on there. Anyways, what I was doing is I was going through an older video and I was responding to questions and actually things in the comment section. I had a lot of issues with my computer because... Let me turn that down. I had a lot of issues with my computer because my computer is a little bit aged. It's a little bit old. I need a new one, but we're working on that. It's no big deal. Out of sync. Okay, out of sync. Sound is ahead of the video. Not sure what to do about that because that hasn't been a problem before. This is a problem night. There's a secondary delay. Let me see if I can fix that, boys. If you guys want to hang on tight for yet another technical difficulty, I will see if I can remedy that. I think I may know what it is. Snowball. Properties. Filters. Maybe this is what it was. No filters. I know I did delay something before so I could make it match up with the gameplay, but it hasn't been a problem until now. Let me try this screen. Hold on. Let me just do this and see if this fixes it magically. Let me know if this fixes the audio because this wasn't happening on the previous stream. My favorite Crash Bandicoot game. I actually have not played Crash Bandicoot before. I know that's absurd, but I haven't. My apologies for the voice thing. Is this screen better, guys? Let me know if this screen is better in the chat. What I was going to do next, because we've already went through, there should be another video on my channel that is the previous live stream where I went through and painstakingly went through that video amongst all the lag and all the frustration. And what I was going to do now was go through, instead of on my PC, because my PC has obvious problems, I'm just going to use my handy-dandy little tablet here that I forgot we even had, and I am going to look at some old comments and answer some questions about auto-scrolling. What webcam do I use? Maybe we need to restart the program, or the program it uses. It's the one that's built into my laptop. It may just be a problem. Speaking in the future. Okay. Let me see. What do I need to do to fix that? The problems are abounding. That's so strange. I'm not sure why that would be the case. I think your webcam is behind. Okay, well, let me try restarting the webcam then. Can I do that? Oh, I can do that. I'm stupid. I'm a fool. No. I want this. Please, Streamlabs. Again, like I said in the previous, in the chat from a minute ago, this is why I am a video essayist and not a streamer, because I'm having all kinds of issues. Delay. Let me take this delay out of here. Video delay, async. Let me take that out of here. Okay. Did that fix it? Let me know. Yes, no, why in? Let me know. Maybe there's just a desktop also on the stream. Yeah, there's just my desktop there. I just have that there for no reason. Also, the chat should be working for some reason, but the chat should be on stream, but it's not. I had the same problem last time. It's just a problem night. That's all it is, dog. It's no big deal. You know what? It's fine. We persevere. This is the lesson we learn in life. When things go wrong, you just roll it through it, man. You just gotta roll through. You just gotta get through it. No big deal. Everything's fine. I think I may have fixed it. Have I played Dreams at some point? It's a neat idea to test out video game ideas. I'm really interested in Dreams. I do want to give it a try at some time. Yes, we fixed it. Hey, let's go, boys. That's a victory. Okay, I'll take it. So, someone asked if I played Dreams yet. I have not played Dreams. I've watched a lot of stuff on it. I just got a PlayStation 4, believe it or not. Actually, a couple weeks ago, my lovely, wonderful wife bought me a PlayStation. Very pumped about that. And so, yes, I probably will pick up Dreams at some point just because there's a lot of things you can do. I've been in a Mario Maker kick lately, actually. So I think in a couple weeks on the main channel, I may do a Mario Maker stream because I have a fun level that I'm going through. I might even pull it up tonight. We'll see what happens. Exactly. You just got to laugh it off. Stream's really interesting. Thank you, Mr. Pixter. I appreciate that. Welcome back to the present, says AfroMan112. My boy, what's going on? Audio synced with the video. Awesome. We're all good to go. So, I'm going to answer some questions, both from you guys in the chat and from the previous video on auto-scrolling and 3D levels and everything along those lines. Hopefully, if you saw the last stream, you'll understand these, and if not, well, maybe you'll still find something interesting. So, up front, I want to point out that I completely overlooked Mario 3D World whenever I made the previous, whenever I made the auto-scrolling video. Just completely forgot about it, to be honest with you. But there is a level. I didn't mention the Rising Lava. That's a great way. It provides that sort of minimum where you have to keep up. It tells you that, okay, you cannot get behind because it will kill you. It doesn't create the claustrophobia. Well, it might actually create the claustrophobia because instead of it providing less, instead of it destroying level, which I guess it kind of does, but instead of it like opening up space for you to fall through, it's just instant death. So it's a different sensation. I think with a wall, there's a lot more again that you can do, wall bouncing and things like that. Dreams look so weird, like it's literally the edge of actual game development. Yeah, exactly. It's like the wall that people are throwing stuff at to see if it sticks. I feel like if it was a real game dev tool like the one that could actually build games and publish them, it would be really cool. Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's lots of things like that out there. Dreams is one of them. There was another one that was... why am I blanking on the name of it? But for some reason, I want to say like Newgrounds. Another one, again, like the sky is the limit as far as that goes. Let me go ahead and go through some of the comments here on this video. A good example, oh yeah, we already mentioned through that. We mentioned 3D World. This person said, Patrick Holloman says, it's a great video. It's rare to see someone do actual research on YouTube, but you did it. It's not that rare. You can find that. Auto-scrolling hate. Let's get into some auto-scrolling hate. This one says, I hate them precisely because they're often so slow. It's just a lot of waiting around and destroys the momentum flow. That's a valid understanding. Again, what I was mentioning in the last stream was that there are two... I don't want to say there's two different types of gamers, but you probably could read into that a little bit and say that there are two different mentalities. There are people that like to explore in a level, so they like to go through and they like to check every single thing that's going on. And then there are others that are more strategic, rather. And then there are others that want to just sort of react. And if you're a reactive person, you're probably going to like auto-scrolling if it's a fast one. If it's a slow one and you just want to go, that may be a problem. But then again, that might be some of the challenge as well, because if it's slow and there's something on screen that you can't like kill or get rid of, you're going to have a problem. You're going to be frustrated because you have to sit here and continue to bob and weave and get this fixed, right? Rio Blue says, well, one game that features auto-scrolling that I really like is Star Fox 64. It plays with forward and backward movement in a sense that you've got to move around obstacles at all times. Yeah, exactly. So that's not one that people would typically think about. It's sort of the same as the Crash Bandicoot coming down a hill with the boulder behind you. Someone asked me if I had ever played it. I actually technically haven't, but I've seen quite a bit of gameplay from it because I had a friend growing up that played it a lot. Great game, by the way. But yeah, no, it's the same thing. Whether there's the screen coming to you, or you're going away from the screen like in Star Fox, again, it's the reactiveness. That's why I think slow auto-scrollers really annoy people, because you just want to go. And it's not necessarily reacting as much as it is like juggling a lot of stuff until you can get to the end. There was a Mario Maker level I saw a long time ago, like the first Mario Maker, where it was just a box on rails, right? And it's moving from this direction to this direction, and it has like flames, and then every time you like would roll over something new, it was a new obstacle. So you had to stay in this really slow moving box and yet get to the end of the level. It's a new type of challenge. And again, the way I look at it is it's just a genre of challenge. Like you can look at genres of games, but there are different genres of challenges too. That's a more slow burning sort of I have to manage things at a certain pace, and that's not for everybody. Some people want to fly through games. Let's see. Roblu says, and it plays with finding secret paths, being at the right time, the right place. Yeah, totally, exactly. And so, and that it also adds to the replayability because it's like, oh man, I missed that. Now I want to go back and see what I missed. Still need to play Star Fox 64, says Soda Pop. Agree. Pab140 says, do you think it's better to use something like the wall for auto-scrolling in RPGs, or are things like soldiers from the MGV which move around? MGV, I'm not clear on that acronym. I'm probably just being a total dumbass right now and blanking on it. Do I think it's better to use something like a wall for auto-scrolling, or are there things like soldiers? Oh, but I'm thinking you probably just mean something to keep up the pace. I think it's the sensation that you want to create, right? So if you're a game developer and you want to keep a player moving along at a certain pace, there's a number of options. You can do a timer, which basically says you have to finish the level at a certain amount of time. There's another that says this is going to be a wall, so it's going to destroy things behind you. Maybe it's lava, maybe instant death if you touch it. Maybe it's a big grinder, instant death if you touch it. If it's a wall, like I mentioned in the auto-scrolling video, maybe it's something that you can bounce off of. If you have the opportunity to do a wall bounce or something like that, that adds to it's going to create a sort of a claustrophobic thing because you're going to be getting trapped in if you stay in one spot too long. But again, it's also a part of an environment that you can actually interact with, and I think that's interesting. If it moves slow, again, you have that slow burning, I have to manage things, or if it's fast, you have reactive. So I think the auto-scrollers, you can't really put them into one category because there's so much you can do with them. It's all about one sensation you want to make for your game. People who enjoy the adventure versus people who want the destination. Yeah, that's another good way to put it, Will. All the claw shots 44, fantastic username, says, yeah, I think being slow or fast with the speed of your gameplay is fine as long as you're being consistent. Yeah, exactly. I mean, again, it's about what you want to create. If you could make it very inconsistent by speeding the scrolling up at some point or slowing it down for another. It's about what you want to make. Again, I don't think there's a wrong answer here so long as it's fair. And I think what you have seen in a lot of the early auto-scrollers that a lot of us played. Let me skip this song because I don't think it's loud enough. That one's like, the file on it got messed up. What was I saying? So I think one of the problems with a lot of the early auto-scrollers that we saw, especially because they were so sort of heavily used back in the arcade days and back whenever it was early Mario's, is that you had to go back all the way back to the beginning. Nowadays, people are so used to like, oh man, I messed up, I want to go back to that exact spot. The punishment for death in auto-scrollers can be really frustrating because whenever you die in a game, you want to get back to that spot as soon as possible. Like, how many times have you died in Dark Souls, or if you died in Final Fantasy, or you've died in just anything, really, you die. If you have to go back, you're like, what the hell with all this other stuff? I want to get to where I was and fix what I dropped off on. If you die on an auto-scroll level once or twice, dude, it's going to knock you down. So that's my opinion. I think that if there's a way to hop back in the middle of it and still keep the auto-scrolling going, again, it all goes to how punishing you want to be, because some people get really zen with how heavy games punish them. Like people that worship Dark Souls, you guys enjoy that. I don't have the patience for it. Some people are like, it adds to the grind, and it makes me a better person, and it changes my life. And I get that. I understand that. Sometimes games can be like that. The Ace0135 says, did you do any research about arcade rail shooters when you were looking into auto-scrollers? I didn't get into rail scrollers. I didn't get that far. I sort of, and I always do this on my videos, I sort of dig far enough to where I get what I was kind of looking for, and then I'm good. I probably would be a better content creator if I actually did full research and sort of went and, got everything I possibly could and break it in. That's what I know a lot of great people do, but I also have a full-time job on top of this, so it's kind of hard to do. But no, I did not. I did look to see sort of how arcade how arcade games started, as far as when auto-scrollers came into being. Jump Bug was the first arcade auto-scroller, and so that was just literally you jump along and you weren't a bug, you were in a Volkswagen Bug, I think. They had some sort of brand deal, which is kind of cool. But yeah, that was the first one, and that was about as far as I looked, because it was just, I wanted to get the context of why they started doing it. Oh, now the comments are really coming in. I recently watched Metal Gear 5. I haven't played the Metal Gear games. I apologize. I know a lot of people are going to call me fake gamer boy, fake gamer girl, whatever. I haven't played Metal Gear Solid. It's on my list, though. I really want to. I have never really been big or interested into stealth games, but I really need to give it a try at some point. My backlog is pretty deep. I recently watched a lot of Super Mario Bros. Speedruns at the level of optimization that these runners play at. The game is basically an autoscroller, especially with how the game works with frames. Yeah, absolutely. And there's no doubt about that. And whether or not the developers intend that depends on the game. I think a lot of developers nowadays look at that and go, I want fans to come and speedrun it. But it was really interesting. Yeah, oh my. Dark Souls made me get good at games, says Mr. J Gaming. You damn right, dude. I cannot do that. Daryl, you're going old Kung Fu movie on us. Yep, absolutely. I always thought the normal Mario auto-scroll levels should allow the player to push the screen forward if they are fast enough. Why isn't the chat working on screen? Hang on. And that is an interesting idea, right? Not local. This is right? That's what I want? Okay, cool. Trying to get the chat to pop back up on stream, chat to pop back up on screen, because I like seeing what y'all say on the replay. It's kind of nice. It doesn't look like I'm just talking to nobody. People are gonna watch this back and be like, "What was he talking about?" But never thought a Mario autoscroll level should allow the player. Oh, always thought that they should allow the player to push the screen forward if they are fast enough. So, again, if you feel that way, that's okay. And again, if that's sort of, if you are a person that's making games and you want to be able to do that, that's fine. Just know that that's essentially a time limit, because if you go back and get to a point where you can't possibly reach the end of the level without a time limit, without making a limit, that is the wall. So what you're really looking for at this point is pace versus an environment. If there are things you actually can't go back to, that's very different than if you just maintain a pace. But I understand that. It does provide the option. It's all about the experience they want to create. And I think there's probably a lot of limitations with the NES and with the SNES in those days. I don't know that they could have allowed you to push forward and come back and hit the wall again. I have seen that before, but it is what it is. So I don't think that was the experience that Nintendo wanted to create. I wish this chat would show up. I'm so sad about it. I'm so sad about it. Spooky Ghost says, you do psych of play, but what happens when you get psyched out of play? I hadn't considered that. It's a damn good question. Alright. Roblue says, I always thought of okay, I already read that. Spooky Ghost, thank you for your comment. Why is the audio in the vid so off? Is it off? I thought I fixed it. It might have messed up again. Lips don't match up with your words. He fixed it, but his camera needs to went back up. Okay, it happens. Are you a programmer? Just a game critic? Have you ever... So I'll answer that question, Freddy Juarez, in just a moment, after I go put this stupid delay back on here, because apparently that's a thing. Let's click on all the wrong things real quick. So I need this guy, and I want to add... I love this playlist, man. No, I want to add I don't want properties. I want to add me a filter, and I need to add me a delay. Where's that delay at? Compressor... I swear, guys, my computer has been just trash this whole time. My sincerest apology. Thank you if you're still with me. Thank you if you have endured this, frankly, poor content. I can't wait to go see how many people unsubscribed after this. Where is the stinking delay? Why don't they put it in alphabetical order? Streamlabs. Did it fix itself? I thought it was only me. The audio is desyncing. Audio is super off. Savannah Vine says, Daryl, your video on the fourth wall has become my favorite video on YouTube. Thank you so much. It's been my favorite video, too. I'm not on YouTube, just that I've done, because it's got a ridiculous amount of views. I never would have thought that would have happened. Hang on, I have to actually read focus. Where is the stupid limiter expand? No, where's the chroma key sharpen? Delay. Render delay. Is it render delay? That can't be it. I don't want it to render delay. Is it render delay? I thought it was just a regular delay. That's probably what it is. Video delay. This is what I want. Async. Okay. And I want it to be by 1,000. That fix it? It feels like it fixed it. Let me know. Somebody asked me, I want to go back because I told them I would answer their question. Are you a programmer? No. Or just a game critic? Yes, and a poor one at that. Have you ever programmed in Autoscroll? I have not. I did do an Autoscroll level on Mario Maker once, which is certainly not making me a programmer, but I know about that. Let me know if the audio is fixed. I thought it was only me. Just watched to say I love your videos and a real junior Mark Brown. Thank you, Chitdaka. That's a really big compliment. I'm nowhere near his level of content creation, but I really appreciate that. Love, let's see. Yeah, it's fixed. What the hell is my computer, dude? It was off earlier because of the sync, so I fixed the sync, and now I gotta fix it back. I'm done with this, man. I'm done with this. Georgia O'Leary says, also, I have been binging your videos for the last few days. I'm interested in writing games, and your stuff is so powerful. If you're interested in writing games, like writing about games, I could probably talk to you and give you some advice. If you're talking about games that are about writing, tell me that they exist, because I didn't know that they did. I've had all my siblings watch the Fourth Wall vid. I could talk about it for hours. Thank you so much, Savannah Vine. I really appreciate that. That was an interesting video. I really didn't think I did well on it, but apparently it now has the most views I've ever had on a video ever. 360,000, I think. So, Stranger Things. Daryl, when this is finished, do me a favor and go back and rewatch it. This is really good. Dude, thank you so much. I appreciate that, Will. Afro Man 112, that's one of my boys right there. Savannah Vine actually helped inspire me to start writing my own game script with a fourth wall break. That's amazing. That's fantastic. You should absolutely do that. Fourth wall breaks are good. You just have to use them sparingly, or you have to use them a ridiculous amount. But you don't want to use them. There's like a balance. I think it's like if you do it once, it's spooky. If you do it a handful of times, it's funny. As long as you're, as long as you're making good jokes. And if you do it too much, then it's But if you do it a ridiculous amount, then you have an off-the-wall RPG like Undertale or that Yik game that I can't think of the name of right now. I was looking at comments on this video, but more comments are rolling in. I saw another channel, Better Ideas, which is about psychological self-improvement. I actually mistook him for you and thought it was like an alternate YouTube account. That's funny. I know about that channel. I've seen there's one video that I like saved to my watch later, and I haven't gotten around to watching yet, but I did discover that channel myself pretty recently. I want to check it out. I haven't watched the Fourth Wall vid, been sitting on playlists for days now. Dude, I feel that, Nielsen. I sit on so many videos on my watch later. You do an exceptional job of explaining psychological content. Stop it. Use it like a pinch of seasoning, and your voice is similar to. I mean, I think we all start sounding the same on YouTube, to be honest with you, because you just sort of listen to, I don't know how everybody else is, but as a YouTuber, I listen to other YouTubers. I'm a big fan of just sitting around and like watching other videos. That's how I get inspired to make mine, because I want to be, I want to be somebody that brings important things to the table and have stuff to say. But you get similar cadences, you make like similar jokes about how tough it is to make videos, and I don't know what I'm trying to say here. There's no point of this other than just, I get that. I've seen stuff before where I'm like, they have a similar energy to this channel, It is what it is. What other videos what other comments do we have on this video here? This says, this is my boy Postmez. He says, very fascinating work. Would have never thought that Super Mario Odyssey could learn from Fortnite of all things. Great presentation too. Appreciate that. Not really a whole lot to say except for, Fortnite was a bit bizarre, and to be honest with you, I kind of really just wanted to I wanted to get the clicks, because at that time when this video came out, it was like March of 2018, which is when Drake got into Fortnite and Ninja was hitting his stride, and like Fortnite was massive. It wasn't like memeable then, it wasn't like so cool it was uncool at that point. It was new, it was fresh, it was exciting, and so I really wanted to grab the clicks, and it just so happened that I had an interesting idea that had to do with the level, that had to do with the bubble or the fog wall. When I hear Autoscroller, I think of me on Reddit while I take a break. Don't know what that means. You should check out Super Mario 3D World's level 6-7 fuzzy time mine. Yeah, so Mario 3D World, I didn't acknowledge it in the video. I should have, but I was young. But yeah, Mario 3D World has a lot of fantastic Autoscroller levels as well. Ba, ba, ba. I just caught the year 2001 just hit me right in the gut. I wasn't ready for that. I want to make a game that the main character finds out that he is a game. Just the idea. That he is the game, or he's in a game? If he finds out that he is the game, how would that work? Dude, hey, make it happen. Eric Laxton, make that happen. Savannah Vine says, I don't know, I've never written a game script before. Just get started. That's all you can do. Find other stuff that you like. Don't try to copy it, but try to find what about the stuff you like, and then try to replicate that. You never want to obviously see something and be like, oh, I'm just going to do exactly that. But you can figure out, think on a deeper level. What did I like about this game? What did I like about this movie? Whatever it is that you're enjoying. If you want to do something like it, just find out the underlying what makes it good. Was it the dialogue? Was it the mechanics in the game? Was it how satisfying this was? Whatever it is, figure out your own path to making that sensation. That's my advice. Eric Laxton says, I want to make a game that's the main character. I want to make a game that the main character finds out that he's a game. I read the same thing. In a game. Okay, cool. That'd be fun. I've seen that before. Games have done that before, but that would be really, really cool. Definitely recommend just getting creative and seeing what can happen. Probably going to wrap up soon, guys, to be honest with you. I've been in here longer than I anticipated just because I had that whole halftime break of trying to restart my whole computer and get the freaking Wi-Fi going again. I have not programmed my own stuff at all. I just make videos, and that's kind of it. That's kind of all I do. I play golf, too. I have TaylorMade over here. Any golfers out there, you'll probably recognize that. Someone talks about Psychonauts, boss fights, lungfish, one of the most hated parts of the game. Oh, interesting. I didn't know people didn't like it. Yeah, I know about Mario 3D World. I'm trying to find something that's sort of new. The 4-day channel growing. I appreciate that. So people have asked me, okay, have you considered contacting larger gaming channels with similar premises for a collab venture? I'd be very interested in doing a collab. I think it would be a lot of fun. But at the same time, I'm also such an independent worker that I don't know how well it would go, to be honest with you. Etra Games is another guy that I've thought about working with before. We considered doing a collab at one point, but it just didn't work out. Definitely go check out his channel, Etra Games. Fantastic stuff over there. Spooky Ghost is back. He says, I feel like auto-scroll and rhythm games like Geometry Dash can allow the music to fit the game better, as if the flow of the game is controlled better. Absolutely. There's a video, there's a creator out there, goes by Fanfare now. He was Game Score Fanfare. He does all music now. He used to do just game music, but he did a whole thing on the Genzo Tree escape sequence in Ori and the Blind Forest. Highly recommend checking that video out. He talks a lot about how if you mess up on that level, the auto-scrolling will start you at the bottom again, but was it the music starts again, or was it the music doesn't start again? Basically, the game wanted the music to be timed just right, and like you said, auto-scrolling, you can control that. When it's a film, you control everything. When it's a game, as a director, you don't control a lot, but when you throw that auto-scroll in there, yes, you can mess with the music. So highly recommend checking out that video if you want information on that. PK Whooper, I do stuff, it says, I've had this idea in my head for months now about a game where it's Metroidvania and linear platformer at the same time. Metroidvania and linear platformer at the same time. So you mean there's no going up or down, there's none of that. It's literally you just go straight, and then at some point you come back to a section you weren't at before. Initially, I was getting ready to be like, I don't think that would work, but now I think I could be with it. That sounds interesting. So like maybe it's a train. So you start out in the beginning, right? And you like unlock this section, you hit a door, but you unlock something that lets you unlock something here, and then suddenly you can work your way to the back of the train. That's an interesting idea, man. You should run with that. Take the train idea and run with that. I would play it, dude. Let me know. Linear platformer, yeah. Literature for inspiration, definitely do that. Also missed the stream. Oh, what's going on, Genesis Shadow? You did not miss the stream. You're here. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. 140 is the best music platformer. Haven't played 140. Definitely need to do that now. What was the one that came out recently? I don't think it was a platformer, but it was Something Hearts. It was really, really popular. Won a ton of awards. I blank on names because there's so many freaking games. I found your channel a couple days ago, and while you were criminally underrated, thank you so much, Adam. I really appreciate that, man. That's fantastic. Thank you for showing up to the stream. Yeah, same. I take inspiration from basically everything. Exactly. Yeah, you gotta take inspiration where you can find it. Daniel Rideout, or Daryl Rideout. Daryl Rideout. Okay, another Daryl. An extra R and an extra L. Says, hey, I found your channel today, and my name is Daryl. Obviously, I spell it Daryl. He just recapped exactly what I said before even reading it. We were on the same wavelength, Daryl. Me and you were on the same wavelength, even if our names are spelled differently. What about a game where jumping kills you? I've seen a Mario Maker level like it. I want to see that happen though, big time. I want like Ubisoft to come out, like a AAA studio, and be like, in a world where jumping will kill you. Like, that would be amazing. I would play that so much. Dutz says, I'm back. What's going on, Dutz? I'm going to go ahead and wrap up here pretty soon, guys. Probably go about 5 more minutes. Take some closing questions from you guys. If you've been lurking and just kind of hanging out and just sitting in the background, not doing anything, this is the time to come through, because I'm going to probably answer your question. I'm going to go ahead and put this down, bring the comments in. If the comments don't come in, I'm just going to leave, and I'll never stream again. I swear to God. I'm just kidding. I'll probably stream again. Let's see. Sayonara Wild Hearts. Thank you so much. That's who I was thinking of. Sayonara Wild Hearts. Definitely want to play that at some point. Game Score Fanfare did a video on Sayonara Wild Hearts as well. I believe it was in like defensive pop music. Sometimes you direct info stuff, medieval things, if that's what you want to do. So Savannah is getting all kinds of advice in the chat. Hope you understand. Hello there. I'm new to the stream and I found your channel. Crowbush said, thank you so much for dropping by. I appreciate it. I hope you've enjoyed everything you've seen so far. I don't normally stream, but you know, it's a new year technically. We're still it hasn't been a very good one, but it's still new, so I'm trying new things. I'm a new me. I take inspiration out of everything. There was this indie platformer I saw a while back where the jumping breaks a leg, so you only have 2 jumps. See, that's interesting. That sort of plays back into like the donuts falling earlier, like the donut platforms. Whenever your mechanics are, or like your movement in a game is a resource, suddenly like a jump becomes a bullet or something that you have a limited thing. It creates strategy. Now, it does slow you down a lot. If you're the type of person that wants to fly through an autoscroller or just speed run a game, it's going to be pretty tough. It's going to create an entirely new challenge. So yeah, absolutely, big time. Nelson says, "Are you single?" Nope, bro. I got a wife, and she's amazing. Happily married. What's your favorite game, Dad? My favorite game. That's a damn good question. I don't know what my favorite game is. For a long time, I would have said Wind Waker just because of all the great memories tied to it. For a while, I would have said Smash just because of all the great memories tied to it. I don't know that I have a favorite game. And I tell you what, actually, you know what might have to be it? I'm going to share something really special with y'all. This is a copy. This is a remake of a case for Pokemon Crystal version. Pokemon Crystal version I've had for a long time. And this is the cartridge for that game. I got it. My mom got it for like 20. Let's see if you can guys like see that better. That's the cartridge. I like scribbled my name into it there at the bottom because I was a kid and I wanted it. It's probably backwards. You probably can't see it. Anyways, I scribbled my name into it. I've had this thing since I was like 6. My mom bought it for $20 at Walmart, and this is probably my favorite game of all time. I just have, because again, the memories tied to it, and because there was 2 regions. How badass was that, right? Amazing that you could put more than one region in a Pokemon game. It's almost like they should do that again. Here come all the comments. I shouldn't have said anything. Undertale or Deltarune? Undertale for sure. Deltarune's incomplete, but it's still, I'm ready. I'm patiently waiting. Part 2 is coming. Have you ever heard of my friend Pedro? Yes, I have. I was like, why does that sound so familiar? Yes. If so, what's your thought on it? I want to play it. I have so little time to actually play games. I spend a lot of time researching games. I spend a lot of time watching games. I don't have the time to like really invest in playing a game. I'm working on Final Fantasy VII Remake right now. I might do a whole video on it just because I love it. I'm on chapter 15. I don't know what happens because I've never played the original. My friend Pedro, though, looks amazing. I'm interested to see how they pulled that off as far as like slowing things down and aiming. It's going to be fun. I'm really excited to play that. Oh man, here come all the comments. No, I will not marry all of us, or all of you. One person. That's all I've got. That's all my heart has room for. go watch The Bachelor. That's my recommendation. It's really good. Seriously, like, watch The Bachelor. You should stream often. I'll be here. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Savannah. Eric Laxton says, stream more, please. Jordan O'Leary, your videos have brightened up the awful combination of quarantine and finals, so thank you. That's fantastic. That's all I really want to hear, is that things, that my videos are doing something positive. About that linear platform, Metroidvania, it's a lot like Celeste level that unlocks more you do. Yeah, more you go. Yeah, so like a Metroidvania would work. It unlocks certain portions. But I was thinking if it was linear, like as in flat, as in there's no above levels, there's no below levels, if it's just one line. What if it was like on a train? That would be, it might be limiting. I don't know, but I like the idea in my mind. Andrew Ellison, what's going on? Is your wife playing any more auto-scrollers? My wife doesn't play a whole lot of video games. Callie's not super into games. She played Pode with me. I have a whole video that she played Pode with me. That was a lot of fun. We had a good time with that. Yes, Trey, I do have a physical crystal. I have had it since I was 6, and no, you can't have it. Do you have an Instagram or other social media accounts? I thought about Twitter. I tried it for a little bit. I didn't really like it. I thought about doing Instagram. I just haven't done it yet. I kind of like to. So here's what I did like to do. In wrestling, there's a term, if you're a pro wrestling fan like me, called a pop. Whenever someone shows up, their music hits, everyone goes nuts. Oh my God, so and so is here, right? I don't like to blow my pop. They call that, like, if you come out early, or if you show up, if you're a star on the show, you're a wrestler, and you show up early, people see you. And that's your pop. You don't want to blow your pop. I like to save my pop for when videos come out or when I stream spontaneously. So no, I don't have social media or anything like that because I want you to forget about me and they'd be like, oh, he's here. That's really stupid. I know it is, but I should do that at some point. Here we go. Let's see. Social media accounts. Terrible idea. Every time you jump, you lose a life, but you only have one life. Spooky Ghost, you gonna have to calm down with these comments, man. Do you, here we go. Do you, / have you played competitive Smash? No. I'm really bad at Smash. That's a lie. I'm pretty good at Smash. Amongst my friends. But not amongst my friends. It's embarrassing. Like, it's embarrassing. Have I ever played Mega Man? I have played a lot of Mega Mans. All my favorite YouTubers stream today. PewDiePie, Coffee, and you. Thank you so much. To be grouped with PewDiePie. Oh my God, thank you so much, Andrew Ellison. I appreciate that. Genesis Shadow says, yeah, quality videos, my dude. I've tried to apply some of the theories you've talked about to my games, and it's been super helpful. Thanks, man. Keep up the awesome work. Genesis, my man, thank you so much for that. The love is mutual. Have you played Hollow Knight? I have played Hollow Knight. I played it on stream, actually. You can go see it if you go to my channel and go to playlists, it'll show up there on streams. I streamed a while back. I did Fire Emblem and Hollow Knight. I played Hollow Knight because Fire Emblem fell apart, but I did finish Fire Emblem off stream, and it was beautiful. Before I go, I just want to advise that you keep making videos. Cycle Play is just so immersive and fun to watch, and think about your take on games is amazing. Thank you so much, Savannah Vine. I really appreciate that. Thank you for dropping by. Thank you for all the comments. Best of luck with all of your creative endeavors. I'm sure you will knock it out of the park. Robley says you should make a video on how to introduce, on how you introduced the lady you live with into a different game genre. Oh wait, there was someone else. Yeah, Rasputin did that. It's a fantastic video. If you haven't seen Rasputin's videos about like how he got his wife into gaming, definitely go do that. Such good stuff. I did that a little bit with Callie whenever we talked about Pode. Because that was a fun game, but it wasn't as extensive or as well done as Rasputin's stuff. Might be thinking about the other guy's wife. Do you watch much anime? I watch a lot of anime. I'm not going to talk about it though. We'll be here all night. What are your plans for the next video of yours? Okay. So before I go, the last thing I want to tell you guys is that the next cycle of play is not. How do I want to say this? It's very, very, very different from previous Psych of plays. It's barely a Psych of play. It's kind of just a Psych, but not like an episode of Psych, like with Gus and Sean. Like it's really a psychology video. It does have to do with gaming. It does have to do with internet culture. It does have to do with, I mean, you with the idea. Like it's something you will be interested in, I promise. But you're not gonna be like, I'm so inspired to make a game now. You're going to just find it really interesting, or at least I hope. So I'm not going to give you much more clue than that. There's no way I could potentially give you a clue and you guess it because it's such an off-the-wall idea. But I've put a lot of work into it. I've contacted some people about it, and I'm pumped to see what you guys think of it because it's very, very different from the stuff that I've done before. And I'm expecting to have that out Friday the 15th for patrons. Go support me on Patreon. $1 a month is all you need. You get exclusive live streams and a whole bunch of other stuff. And then the 16th, it'll be live for the entire channel. So definitely join me over there. If you beat the last level DLC, I haven't beat Celeste DLC. Do you think Breath of the Wild 2 will come out this year? Doubtful. I really hope so, but doubtful because, you know, COVID. VR headset, nope, don't have that. Love your games. Like, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Last comment. I'll read this last comment here. Hashtag says, how much of your research process is just brute power and how much is uni hell? I think that might have been a typo, or maybe it meant to say universal hell. I do a lot of research. I'll just answer it by saying that. I do a lot of research. I combine it with this giant thing over here with all these textbooks. That's from college. My wife and I both graduated with degrees in psychology, and that is all of our textbooks. So I refer to those a lot. I refer to the internet a lot if I need to get something new, and then I just sort of apply it to what I know about games, whether I've played them or not, because sometimes I've just watched enough to know it's a good example. So what anime do you like the most? Right now, my current favorite anime is Kaguya-sama Love is War. I'm on season 2. Go check it out if you haven't. Guys, I'm going to wrap it up. Take care of yourselves. Have a damn good one. And sleep tight tonight. Some of you were like up at 4 a.m. watching this in other countries. Stop that. Go to sleep. All right.